Now, today at BOGOTA Bikes and Breakfast, there was an absolutely beautifully restored Indian, an RZ350 that I had done some work on. I wanted to see how that was holding up. And the usual selection of bikes. We got there super early before anybody really. And you can watch it in 4K. Just join us anytime you want. Adjust your device. Now, by getting there early, I wanted to look at some of the things on Dale's RZ. And I had done some painting on engine parts. I had done some repair on the tank. I was very curious to see how that was going to hold up. And apparently, it's holding up perfectly. So I was real happy to start the day. So this was pretty funny of itself. This fella won a trophy at a car show of all things. The trophy was so big he couldn't carry it home. And I was just thinking, here's a tank shift Harley. Can you imagine? Tank shift, and you got that under one arm, and you got the shifter in the other arm, and I don't know. But somehow he managed to get it home. That was pretty funny. So when this gentleman pulled in with a 47 Indian, he restored this whole thing himself. I had never seen this bike before. Now, it was impossible to record the sound on a lot of this video because they were playing very loud music in the background, and of course YouTube doesn't like music. So I tried to get as many of the details as I can up close and personal. I did hear him say that he did the whole restoration himself, including the paint. And believe me, the paint on this was immaculate. It's a beautiful color, a very unusual color, and he even had the hand grips. I don't know if he dyed them or painted them or what. It doesn't really matter. They were very cool. But every part of the restoration, if you looked at it real close, every bolt, every little piece of chrome, even things you wouldn't really notice right away, like the exhaust pipes were authentic. And I was looking at this for probably a half an hour, and I was amazed how immaculate it was. Every single thing was just perfect. And look at the hand grips as it goes by. And all of the chrome work, of course, perfect. All of the authentic parts that had to be exactly right for a really good restoration. And of course, the trademark of the Indians, the balanced fenders, the tail light. Now, somebody mentioned, that's historic plates, of course. Somebody mentioned the tail light had moisture in it, but it wasn't moisture. They purposely had what looked like moisture in the taillight so it would spread the light out onto the license plate. I had never heard that before, but I'm not familiar with 1947 motorcycles as nowhere near as much as, say, Dale or the owner of this bike. Look at the hand grips. I just thought that was a cool touch. Now, I wish I knew if he painted them, because they were a perfect match, or he dyed them or what. There's always one little detail on a bike that sets it apart. Again, I always like to look at all the little details, and the details are what make a bike restoration like this just perfect. I even looked at the grease fittings. Now, a bike like this has 100 grease fittings on it. They were immaculate. They were like they just came out of the box. No rust, no, nothing, just perfect. He said he had a replacement headlight. He got the headlight, and the headlight was not the one that came with the bike or belongs on a bike. I don't know. But hey, it was early, so there weren't a lot of bikes there while I was there. I had to leave early. I had family stuff to do. But this bike just blew me away. I spent most of this time just looking at the details. Every spoke was polished. There was not a drop of oil or grease anywhere on the engine. I even tried to look underneath it as well as I could. And every part of it. Now, the buffing of the paint, there was not one little flaw in the paint. Not a bug on it anywhere. And I just think to myself, what kind of time and energy goes into this level of restoration? The brake parts, the spokes, I know a lot of these parts are very expensive to replace and get, or impossible. You have to source them out somewhere else. And we were laughing about it, and one of the comments somebody said is, "Oh, don't." One of the younger guys, can't you just get them from Partzilla? Well, you know what? I've never seen these parts on Partzilla. I go to Partzilla a lot. The engine was immaculate. You could even see the new copper gaskets under the head. And that was such a beautiful restoration. I was impressed. Everybody that was there early today was totally impressed. Congratulations. That is a work of art.
think, bro?
So the only real downside of this is that I couldn't record a lot of the authentic sounds of the meetup because of the loud music. The music was drowning out the motorcycles. But anyway, it didn't spoil anything, and we really do enjoy these gatherings and get-togethers and checking out everybody's tank shift. I have never driven a tank shift bike, not on my bucket list, but these guys that have them, and I know Dale knows how to deal with that. And I was just happy to see Dale's RZ looks just like the day it left the factory. It's absolutely beautiful. Even some of the engine parts we painted, they look like they're holding up way better than I thought they would. But again, my MT-09, not many people were interested in that when it was parked next to that 47 Indian. The 47 Indian stole all the thunder today. I think he's going to get one of those big giant trophies that you can't carry home. But my congratulations and hat is off to you, sir. That is an amazing restoration, believe me. A real nice Triumph Twin, modern one, fuel injected, of course. I don't know what the CCs are, they're big though. And I like the rubber boots on the forks. That's kind of a throwback thing, kind of cool. Triumphs always have some cool little features on every one.
But,
you're dealing with a lot of rookies here.
So what's in
you guys on Social Security yet?
There's a ball
Works.
spring.
Who works?
Keeps it sealed. Right. And then they got a grease gun that the grease gun clips onto that. So when you push grease it pushes the ball in and it stops it. It's like greasing a ball joint.
They really are young. They are really children. Holy mackerel.
You don't see that shit there.
That's why stuff.
You guys ever own a 55 Chevy?
I remember the first time going to get a ball or U-joint. I was probably 16, 17 years old.
And in the morning,
Great thing is like the way the guy sounded and some other stuff. And I'm telling you, what am I going to do? I can't. I was super to the max.
So because we had to leave early, we probably missed some of the action. We left and bikes were still coming in. But we have a family. We have to deal with all of the idiosyncrasies that go around having a family. It was good to see Dale. And again, that is one immaculate RZ. I enjoy seeing it every time. And again, I did out on my channel, there's the repair I did to the tank and painting some of the engine parts. This motorcycle was worth the trip down there just to see the 47 Indian. I have seen a lot of older bikes, the really old ones like this, restored. And I always walk around, I go, oh, I even forgot to polish that, or he forgot to, I always find some. I couldn't find anything on this bike. I really was shocked. And I took a lot of pictures of it. I really wanted to congratulate the gentleman. And there was nothing on that. Now, I have judged a lot of model airplane appearance awards, and I know how to look for flaws and defects, and I don't think I found any. This was really super. And the motor, again, the paint, every part of it, every detail, the Indian, the guy on the front fender there, every part of it just wonderful. The tank shift. And again, I can't even think about what you have to do to ride one of those bikes. Anyway, and again, Dale's RZ. And of course, hanging out with the other guys that have tank shifts, always a lot of fun. But the biggest thing of any motorcycle get together was just having breakfast with everybody, hanging out, and checking out some of the nicer motorcycles. So if you are new to our channel and you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. We also cover riding in all different seasons that are as appropriate as we can. We like to do graphic and paint work from time to time. Usually it's in the winter. We hang out with our friends, try to get their bikes on the videos too. We love to do evil twins. Anybody that knows what an evil twin is will enjoy the channel. We do carbon fiber repairs, some of the things that you will not find anywhere else on the internet. General maintenance on motorcycles. And we try to get a video out almost every day. Sometimes they're about our model railroad or our experience with model airplanes or with antique bikes or with the first super bike, the GS 1100E. But in the end, of course, it's about having fun with whatever motorcycle you ride. And we do enjoy every type of bike. That's the problem. Life is too short. And I love every one of the bikes in my humble collection. And probably some of the bikes in your collection I'm jealous of. And of course, the one Karen got me for my birthday, my beloved MT-09. And thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks so much for watching.